Hi, this is Graham Weimiller. Welcome to the $10 million tutorial. This is a production of BNI TV. Thanks for joining. Today, we are going to cover a number of things. First off, just want to have a chance to introduce myself. And so I'm chairman and CEO of BNI. I have the privilege and honor of supporting over 280,000 businesses in 70 countries worldwide. They create nearly $18 billion in revenue just working together each year. So it's an incredible economic engine that they have created. I have some formal training in business, and at the same time, the more important training is the training from the trenches. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have a particular focus on social impact models, models that are for-profit entities, but create a lot of good in the world. And so that's my focus. And I love entrepreneurship. I love learning from entrepreneurs. I love sharing those learnings with other entrepreneurs. So I invest and mentor and coach and support different businesses, and I enjoy doing so. My goal is to help make you as successful as possible. So whatever dreams you have, I'd love to help you go well beyond. And so here's what we're going to cover today on the $10 million tutorial. What is the tutorial all about? Who should be really focused on this tutorial? How we're going to create these tutorials, why, and when you should look for new tutorials coming out. And so I'm going to stop sharing because I just want to have a chance to connect with you directly. So let's talk first of all about the what. So this is the $10 million tutorial. I want to help you create a business that's worth at least $10 million. And so I'm going to share learnings from business leaders around the world, from mentors, from many of my own learnings, both doing things the right way and many times doing things not the right way. And but the tactics and strategies that we're going to be sharing are meant to be applicable to you day in and day out. These are not, academic theories. These are things that are proven strategies and successes for building a business that's worth at least $10 million. So if you're looking for a show or a channel that has lots of AV and special effects, go watch a Disney movie. That's not what this is going to be about. This is going to be about learning together and helping you transform your business. That's what I want to do. So let's talk about who this tutorial is really targeted to. Well, it's targeted to businesses that are making between $200,000 and $2 million dollars in revenue. Now, I know we have folks tuning in from many other countries, many other currencies, so you need to translate that a little bit. But that's the tranche of business that I want to help transform so that they can become $10 million businesses. Now, why is that the case? Well, if you're making less than $200,000 in revenue, if your business is making less than $200,000 in revenue, you may not have proof of concept for your product or service, so you're kind of in the getting started phase. It may also just be kind of a hobby for you, kind of a part-time endeavor, no problem. But I would suggest that you kind of log out and then maybe come back when you've kind of reached that threshold of about 200,000 in revenue. Now, if you have over 2 million in revenue, you can hire a coach or a consultant. And, a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about, I'd say almost everything is going to be very applicable to you, but you kind of have more resources if you're doing it right at that level of revenue to be able to hire some expertise that's really personalized to your situation. So also, none of the topics that we're going to cover, this is obvious, are meant to be tax or financial advice. You have to see qualified advisors for that, and certainly legal advice and maybe HR advice as well. So we're going to be covering lots of topics, but make sure you're getting the right advice to grow your business, depending on where you're growing that business. So let's talk about the how for a minute. How are we going to help you create a business that's worth at least $10 million? Well, we're going to be very intentional on the underpinnings of that valuation. So listen, there's a lot of ways to value assets and businesses, but your business is going to be valued on how much cash flow it's creating, and that's going to be multiplied by a multiple, and that's going to be the valuation. Okay, so cash flow is frequently called EBITDA, and then that's going to be multiplied by a multiple, and that's going to result in your valuation. That's how middle market businesses are valued. And there are a lot of factors that go into kind of optimizing either or both of those so that you can create a $10 million business. And we'll be talking through all those. Let's talk about the why. Why am I spending time creating this tutorial and sharing trials and tribulations from businesses around the world? Well, most of you know my story, but for those that may not. I grew up and had a terrific family, terrific parents, terrific childhood, but we went through an extended period where we were poor. Now, there's a lot of shades of poor. We were not destitute, starving. And, we had it better than a lot of folks that were in that situation. At the same time, we were certainly in financial distress for a lengthy period of time. And I remember we had, a big kind of rusted out station wagon, and we could not usually fill it up with gas. We might put in $5 or $6 or $7, but we usually wouldn't fill it up with gas because we didn't have the money. And, most of my childhood, the plumbing at our home was broken because the septic lines were shot. We didn't have the money to fix those septic lines. And so, growing up, most of the time when I would take a shower, we'd have to take a bucket and, take the water outside and pour it out. No problem. I didn't mind at all. In fact, in a lot of ways, it just makes me so grateful for everything I have today. At the same time, it put a lot of stress on my parents. And I saw that, and that had a lot of effects. And so I'd love to help all of you. Many of you have children, spouses, significant others relying on you. I'd like to help you be really successful so that you can support all the causes that you want to support, very much, including your loved ones. And, recently I had a chance to do about an 8,000-mile trip around the U.S. driving. And it was great to reconnect with nature. It was great to take time out to kind of think strategically about the road ahead. And at the same time, in major cities around the US, I saw tent cities. I saw lots of crime happening, lots of unemployment. And, I looked at that situation and I said, there's got to be ways that we can help. And, entrepreneurs and business leaders really help with those situations, because as you're growing your business and you're serving clients and customers, what you're also doing is creating jobs. And that's an amazing thing. There are a lot of things that we can give people to help them, but there are really few things that are better than a good job. And so much good comes from that. And so I want to help you grow a great business, and I want to help you create jobs that help families and communities be stronger. And so that's the why behind it. So I hope that resonates. And let's talk about the when. So my goal is to produce between 1 and 3 tutorials each week for about the next 90 days. They're going to be anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes to sometimes a little bit longer, depending on the topic. There's some topics I have a huge amount of passion on, and there's a lot of details that are important. So they'll be coming out, a few a week for the next 90 days. And my goal is that you walk away from each of those with 3 key points. And we want to make this very interactive. So I hope you have fun. It should be fun. As we say, it's really important to keep the fun and the fundamentals. But make no mistake, I want to help you create a business that's worth at least $10 million. I want to help you go from a scarcity mindset to a success mindset and a significance mindset. And so we can do that together. And so if you like what you hear here, then go ahead and like, subscribe, comment below, and get ready to get on the journey to building a $10 million business. This is the $10 million tutorial. I am Graham Weimiller, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.